Welcome back. Now to get on with our year-enders.
For the first time in the history of liberated Goa, villagers of Kundai devised an unique method of showing their displeasure with the government in November this year. In a rare show of unity and strength, the entire village refused to cast their franchise at the Mormugao parliamentary by-elections held on 31st October. The villagers sent a clear message to the government that it cannot fool all the people all the time. The villagers decided against participating in the elections when the government supported Tapu Bhumi Swami Brahmeshan after a clash between the Swami and the villagers. As the voters in the village refused to cast their franchise during the first hour, the authorities resorted to using public address equipment to urge the villagers to come out and vote, but it fell on deaf ears. And as soon as voting machine was sealed at the end of the voting time at 5 p.m., the villagers poured out on the street to celebrate their unity and victory. For the first time, Goan students would get formal training in playing football at a soccer school in Manchester in England. After a week-long training, 6 Goan students were chosen to undergo a week-long intensive football training program at Manchester United Soccer School at Old Trafford in United Kingdom in July 2008. 5,000 young talented footballers from different schools and higher secondary across the state participated in the training camp held at Fatorda Stadium, organized by the officials of Manchester United Soccer School, of which only 6 were chosen. The Panjim fish vendors resorted to a protest against fish wholesalers doing business with those selling fish on cycles and closed down the market and refused to conduct any business. Agitated vendors took their irk on CCP corporator Carolina Poe. The wholesalers, left with no option, started selling fish themselves. This again angered the fish vendors, and what started as a verbal duel between them ended in both groups hurling abuses and fish at each other. Aislinn Barbosa, a Margao less, was crowned Miss Goa 2007, while Amelia Sonia Dicunia from North Goa was named the runners-up. Parents of special children from all over the state culminated at Sanjay School at Porvorim to register their protest and impress upon the government to revoke its order, relieving its principal, Anasia Viegas, of additional charge of Director of Providoria. The parents were beaten with the decision of the Aam Aadmi government, as they claimed that the principal, Mrs. Viegas, using her powers, brought many changes in the school. And Chief Secretary J.P. Singh was summoned to be present in the High Court, as the court wanted to know from him what action he would initiate against town and country planning officers for the disappearance of the construction file of construction company Aldea Goa. Hearing a writ petition by Patricia Pinto, General Secretary of People's Movement for Civic Action, and others against Aldea Goa, the Town and Country Planning Department failed to produce the file containing its plans, approvals and no objections for the construction project at Bambolim, and hence the High Court ordered that the Chief Secretary be present in the court. During the fag end of November, Goa lost one of its best percussionists, James Ribello. He was not only known in the music circles, but also in the culinary circles. From a very young age, he hogged the limelight for being an excellent dancer and an ace drummer. In what could be termed as the most abhorring and pervert act, a government school teacher, Santosh Bhagat, posted at Bicholim Government School, had been molesting, sexually harassing and threatening students of standard 1, 2, 3 and 4 for the last 1 year. And these young students bore it all without whispering it even to their parents, in fear of the accused, who threatened to kill them if they informed their parents. The students had no option, as the pervert was the only teacher in the school. The moment the parents realized about it, they laid a siege around the school and assaulted the teacher and garlanded him with slippers. The teacher was subsequently suspended by Education Department and arrested by the police. As a 7 days deadline issued by Taligaon MLA Babush Monserrat to Chief Minister to stop the ongoing works at IT Habitat in his constituency failed to have any effect, the Taligaon strongman led a pose of his constituents and stopped the work that was in progress physically. The mob that was led by the MLA was not only satisfied with the stoppage of work, but they took the law into their hands and broke the gate of the IT Habitat and damaged number of decorative electrical poles. This year experienced the brutality of the police when an employee of a star hotel in Bogmalo succumbed to his injuries caused while in police custody. Wood Goenka spokesman Iris Rodriguez demanded an inquiry against unknown persons involved. Thousands of people gathered at the historic Loya Maidan and resolved to fight till all the proposed SEZs in Goa are scrapped, and warned the government that their struggle could well turn out into a social revolution to protect the Goan identity. As promised by Talegaon MLA Babush Monsarat, the first blood over the IT habitat was drawn near his house as Youth Congress members marching to his residence to hold Dharna clashed with the supporters of Talegaon in the presence of former Town and Country Planning Minister Babush Monsarat. In the clash that followed, vehicles were stolen, overthrown, damaged, and even the members injured.
The $1 Million Arm search for the fastest arm in Goa, a unique talent hunt for all sports enthusiasts and young Indians to pursue an international sports career in baseball, was held at Kampal on Sunday morning. This talent hunt is a nationwide initiative to identify, groom and mentor the most powerful arm and introduce them to the professional world of baseball internationally. The $1 Million Arm is the first of its kind in India to identify promising pitchers across the country through a dedicated multi-city hunt. The final winner will get an opportunity to train in the United States for up to 12 months under the supervision of international trainers.
Concentrate.
Fantastic.
90. Shining.
Okay, you carry the laser ball out now. Concentration. Let's have a good throw. PDM International looking for a guy. 90 miles per hour. PDM International looking for...
Event Management PDH International Manager Sanjeev Kapoor said that the intention to organize the event was to provide an opportunity for those seeking to take baseball as a career.
What we're trying to do is spot the person who can throw the ball the fastest. Then, once we spot this person, we will take him to the US for a 9-month or a year training camp with the best professionals in the sport of baseball and pitching. After that, it's amazing, but after that this guy will have an opportunity to make it to Major League Baseball. He will have a chance and a stint with one of the top clubs in Major League Baseball.
That's all we have for you today. Before we end, here is a reminder of the headline. Task Force hints at government's decision to scrap SEZ. BBA students lose an academic year as Goa University withdraws affiliation of Karpe Education Trust. We'll be back on New Year's Day with more news and analysis for you. Bring in a joyous New Year 2008. Good night.